Going off in a huff doesn't heal anything. It just perpetuates our problems. Going off in a huff, however we do that, at that time or before that time, we can ask ourselves, where is the person who is currently upset? Where? To do that, to ask ourselves this question, where am I? Who am I? We need to be in a relatively quiet place. But generally, when we're upset and we get distracted, we go and distract ourselves because we don't want to be upset. So this is the crux of the issue. Yeah. When we're upset, instead of looking at the root of the reason why we're upset, we distract ourselves so we can't see. And this is the best the world offers, just distractions. So the meditative perspective is to ask ourselves, where is the person who's upset? Which is the continuation of this style of meditation. And this is where the healing takes place, a deep healing on a deep level. And this time of year is perfect. This is the perfect time of year for this type of practice, because we have the opportunity, most probably, for things to come to the surface when we're with people who we have a long history with. Emotions come to the surface. Yeah. Habits and patterns from the past. Maybe we thought we've moved on from them, and then we see someone that we haven't seen for a while, and then that old negative emotion comes to the surface again. And then we get angry with that person because it seems like they're the ones who made us feel like that. Whereas here now we are bringing wisdom. This is wisdom. So when that emotion comes, we can ask ourselves, where is the person who is upset? Where is the person who is currently agitated or negative? And we're not looking for an answer. You know, the question itself, in some respects, is the answer. So as we ask ourselves the question, if we do it in a contemplative, calm way, the strong sense of I, which is the root of the reason why we're feeling unhappy, starts to dissolve. And when that strong sense of I starts to dissolve, the problem, where's it gone? Disappeared, because the basis and the root of the problem has gone. Try that. But to give yourself the chance for this to take place, try and get that morning session in. Get that morning meditation session in. And at the end of the morning meditation, make the intention to carry this awareness into your daily life. And then even during the day, pull away from the busyness, however long for, and try again to reflect. So this can be a time of year, it's the end of the year, we reflect on the year, and it can be a time for unwinding. But from a meditative perspective, we have a different way of unwinding than just lying in front of a sofa, feeding ourselves. There's, numbing the pain through alcohol. This is one approach. But from a meditative perspective, we've got another way which has a more long-lasting effect. And this time of year could be an opportunity to some degree to retreat. Retreat from the chaos, the busyness, and build up the strength for the new year, to reflect on our year and to try to cultivate gratitude for what's happened to us this year, and to rejoice in the positivity from the year, and to try and highlight, you see these highlight reels, don't you? Highlights of the year and so forth. Try and highlight the good things from the year. So we conclude the year with a positive, peaceful mind. And then setting ourselves up for the new year, we make the intention to go forth into the new year with wisdom in our hearts. When we're thinking about others, we try to cultivate compassion. Compassion is a mind wishing for others to be free from suffering. So compassionate healing meditation for this time of year, when we understand where our suffering has come from. So this meditation that we've just done and that we did last week, we appreciate that our suffering and problems come from this strong sense of holding on to ourself, I, strong sense of I. This is where our suffering has come from. If we didn't have this strong sense of I, we wouldn't experience suffering. If we can get some insight into this, which hopefully you did last week, and hopefully we will do this week, from our own perspective, then when we turn this around to others, we can understand why other people are experiencing suffering. So compassion for others has different levels. One form of compassion, it's quite a simple compassion. You see someone who's experiencing hunger and you think, may they be free from that hunger, and perhaps give them something to eat. But this is temporarily helping that person. In the future, they'll experience hunger again. This is compassion for manifest suffering. And we naturally have this. But a deeper form of compassion is understanding that we experience suffering. We ourselves experience suffering, and others experience suffering because they're grasping on strongly to themselves. If they weren't doing that, they wouldn't experience suffering. This strong grasping onto ourselves is the root cause for why we experience suffering, both now and in the future. Due to grasping strongly onto ourselves, we engage in negative actions out of ignorance, attachment, and anger. And as a consequence, we have to experience a myriad of different problems in the future. Karma. All our negative karma, the cycle of suffering, is perpetuated through grasping strongly onto ourselves. If we didn't grasp strongly onto ourselves, we would cut the root of our suffering. This applies to ourselves, but it also applies to others. So if we can understand this, then when we see other people, we can develop compassion for them, understanding that they're suffering because they're grasping strongly onto themselves. And if they weren't grasping strongly onto their self, they wouldn't experience suffering. We develop the wish, may you be free from this strong sense of I. So when someone is engaging in negative action, instead of taking it personally, getting offended by it, getting angry by it, we develop compassion. We understand that they're experiencing a strong sense of I, so they can't control themselves, and therefore they engage in actions influenced by this strong sense of I. So compassion on a deeper level is a wish for others to be free from this strong sense of I. To be free from the root cause of their suffering. It's a deeper compassion. So in meditation, we send this compassion out. We're including ourselves. We're including ourselves. May I be free from this strong sense of I. We all have it on an innate level. This ego grasping. May I be free from this strong sense of I. May my community be free from this strong sense of I. May everyone be free from this, the root cause of suffering. This is a deeper form of compassion. We can send this compassion out in meditation, and then in our daily life, we can extend it to people. And this is so practical for everyday annoyances, where we may previously get angry, road rage, trolley rage, whatever the rage is. We wouldn't respond with rage. We would respond with this wisdom mixed with compassion. I think this person is acting like this because they're holding strongly onto themselves. You can see it. You can sometimes manifestly see it. May they be free from that. May we all be free from that. So we try to meditate on this compassion and send it out across the world. It's a deep mind. It's a compassion with depth. Yeah. Normal compassion comes naturally. Yeah. But this compassion requires some training, requires some reflection, and also discussion. And it requires some understanding of karma to some degree. Because when someone is experiencing suffering, they're experiencing suffering. This is the thing that gets us worked up, especially in Western countries, because we don't take responsibility for our suffering just due to the way that we're brought up. But when someone is experiencing suffering, this isn't anybody's fault. It's due to their karma, created that karma. Compassion is a wish for them to be free from the cause, that suffering, which is strong grasping onto themselves. It's not the government's fault. It's not God's fault. It's not their parents' fault. It's not even their own fault. It's the fault of karma. Yeah. So this requires some reflection. There is a deep compassion, but if we can have it, it'll transform our life. So as we're doing this meditation, and if you need some assistance, remember, if you wish, on the crown of your head appears our friend, the healing Buddha, blue body, blue colored light, helping us with the meditation, if you wish to include that.